Hi and welcome to the Carpquarry Challenge 2014. If you don't know me, my name's Gordon. I'm one of the co-owners of Carpquarry. This year I'm here with Tony and Steve, two friends of mine, for this autumn challenge to see if we can, the actual target is for one of us to get a 50. That's the plan. We arrived on Saturday the 4th of October. We didn't start fishing until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and to be honest, the fishing was quite good. They seemed to be on it, you know, while we were setting up. I had a really nice little dark common out that was just shy of £20. You'll see a picture of that in a minute. I also lost a decent fish, and Tony also lost a decent fish, so a bit of a disastrous start, but I suppose we were concentrating on setting everything up and getting ready and all that sort of nonsense. Anyway, I'm in swim 1 and 2, Steve's in swim 3 and 4, and Tony's got 5 and 6. So we'll see how we go. Last night it started getting quite cold, but Steve had a result. He had a £28 mirror, so at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then after that, just at sort of daylight, it got really cold, and you know, the first frost of the year, I think. Which was a bit of a nightmare, especially when I'm in the bivvy and one of my sleeping bags is the one that you sort of get cocooned in, you know, with the hood and all that sort of thing. So when you're in it, you look like a caterpillar. Anyway, trying to get out of that, because I'm having line bites at night, you know, you have to be Uruguay, absolute nightmare. So I'm going to have to try and, you know, sort something else out for tonight. But today, now it's Sunday afternoon, getting on late Sunday afternoon. Been very quiet today, I suppose because of all the hard frost that come, you know, it's put them off a little bit, but we'll carry on plugging away and we'll see what we can get. I'll give you an update later on. So this is my swim, that's my little house, that's actually in swim 1, and as we go round onto the lake, I'm down this end, so all this end of the lake here. I don't know who put a tree in the way, but there we go. Then out to the rock face. I'll just zoom in a bit, see if we can see where the end of my swim is. So where you see that rock face there, use the clever spoon, sort of there is the end of my swim. Finally stopped raining, it's been absolutely hammering down all morning and we've just dried out. Still only got the one fish, lost another one, which is typical. So all in all, having a bit of a mare. So the Carpquarry Challenge to catch a 50 is certainly no easy feat. There's never been one landed out of this lake. We know there's a few in here, but we just got to try and get them. So this is Steve's swim in 3 and 4. Say hello, Steve.
Afternoon.
We don't like Steve anymore because he's absolutely whipping our arses. He's had 3 fish out at the moment, 28, 34 and a half and 38. So he's really teaching us a thing or two. Most of them are all along that hedge line over there. And that's what's producing the goods on CC Moore Equinox, topped with a bit of corn. So this is Tony's swim. He's got 5 and 6, and he's a bit like me really, keeps on losing them all.
Enough said, Gordon.
Yeah, cut that bit. Steve's in again. Showing us all how it's done. Huh? Not a monster.
All managed to get a 50 on his camera.
I know. The trouble is they're not monsters, they're sort of mid-20s, aren't they? So it's coming alive now though.
Bloody do.
Well, that's not a bad kipper. It's terrible when you see him dive straight down there, isn't it? That's when the old pupper starts going. She's not having it at all, is she? Well done, in the bag. So she's weighed and verified, £32. Well in there, Steve.
Thanks, good. When you're smiling. Heavy old lumps, aren't they? Actually slow, you know.
Back to the depths. So this is the rig I'm using. I have had a nightmare. I was using just standard wide gape hooks and I was sort of getting half takes and they were just dropping it before I could even get to the rods. So I've got around the problem now. I've actually put on some hooks by Ace. These are the razor point. Quickly show you them there. Those little ones there. Luckily enough, I mean my son actually won these from Total Carp magazine. For his personal PB common that he caught, 37 from Carpquarry. So I've nicked his hooks. So if anyone from Ace is out there, send us a couple of packets so I can replace them before he finds out. Anyway, enough of all that. This is the hook, long shank hook, as you see. I put on here, it probably doesn't show up, there's a D system with a bait swivel and then the bait on it. And this really sort of nails them quite nicely because the bait will just sort of float about naturally when the fish are swimming around, and you know, every time they come in and their pectorials are flapping about, it's all acting normally like a bait should because it's got so much movement on the swivel, and then they just suck it in and they're nailed. And like I say, these hooks have been deadly. The bait I'm using, as you see, you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? It's actually a hazelnut. And I would say to anyone, and you heard it here first from Gordon at Carpquarry, if you're fishing a lake and there's nut trees about or down the river or anything like that, get some hazelnuts, either go and collect them for free, they're all in the countryside, or buy them at the supermarket, soak them for 2 or 3 days and give them a try. They're absolutely deadly. Probably one of the best natural baits you can get, and they're free. So I'm just seeing if this camera's going to focus in properly. Doesn't look as if it's going to try and show you what it's all about with the hook. But as you see, standard knotless knot coming through, little bit of shrink tube there, back through the eye again, just been dabbed off with a lighter, and obviously bait swivel, and the nut is just banded on, and that's what's been producing the fish and nailing them. All we've got to do now is try and work out how to land them, but that's another story. So this is what your hazelnut looks like. So if you've got a tree or bushes that look like this round your lake or down the river where you go, get yourself some hazelnuts, give them a good soak and try them out. You'll be surprised how good they are. I'm really not going to do myself any favours getting a bait deal like this, am I? Because you can go and pick them for yourself, free, won't cost you a penny. But hopefully Ace Hooks might send me a couple of packets so I can put the boys back that I nicked. Little bit of an action shot from Tony, doing the business. Taking out every single one of his other rods.
In a process, part of it.
Yeah.
It's raining. I just got my rod set up and I thought, well, that's a good time, there's no rain. Great. I'll keep you updated.
You don't want to come in without a fight, does it?
Always more fun right at the end, it's a bit like sex really. If you go standing, come on, there you go. And in, and she's not. Hanging right as well, Keep going. Thank you, sir. Good cat.
Well done, that man.
Do you want to put one thing in? No trouble with me. You've been on the body again. What's going on here then? Beauty. Woohoo!
Just going to mess about with you now. At least Tony's decided to catch one in the daytime that we can actually see, rather than when it's not absolutely hammering down with rain or middle of the night. This is a little 26-pound mirror.
A detective. Bring me sunshine in your smile.
He can smile because he's had a 41, a 34 and several other fish to go with it, so he's doing alright. Well done, Tone. I'll just quickly show you the rigs that I'm using this week. At the beginning of the week I started on this bottom rig here because I'm a massive fan of fluorocarbon line, especially on clear water. But the big problem I was having with that is that I was having aborted takes. They would take it sort of bip 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 and then stop and just spit it out, because I was finding, because of the rigidity of the fluorocarbon, the hook wasn't turning and setting home. And I had a couple of long shank hooks which did the trick. You know, that little bit of extra weight on the eye of the hook actually made it sort of nail the fish. I mean, the other thing, of course, you can do is down here you can put a little lead which will pull it in, but I was having so many problems with it. I've sort of moved off of that now, even though that's what I got the common on, and I've had a lot of success with it, but most of it close in. When I'm fishing sort of 50 metres out, it's just not working. So now I've moved on to this. This is a sort of camo coated hook link, you know, a braid hook link. So what I've got here, again, Fox Armour hook, size 6, stripped back here with a little lead shot here, so that this section here is really floppy. So as soon as that bait's sucked into the mouth, this little bead here, it does two things. It turns the hook home, but also, you know, if you are using pop-ups, it just holds that down to where you want it to go. And this is what I got the 36 on, which is proving to be the winner at sort of distance at the moment. Obviously you don't strip off this end because you want that rigid, and that'll stop you having tangles and anything like that. So a quick little look at the rigs. It's going well for a roach, isn't it?
This is a big girl, this one. I think this is your best of the week, Steve. Nice top. Not ready yet.
Well done, that man. Try and pick it up. Steve's new PB, best this week at 44.8.
Big smile, mate. Right, in a minute I'm going to go, you ready? Yay!